Yeah. So let's start at the absolute here and now, and then kind of work back for those little bits. Because I'm also interested in the last part of this conversation. As I said right at the beginning, I want to capture something about this amazing journey that both of you have gone on in terms of the outdoor space. So I'm going to set the scene with stuff that I know about you that the readers don't know, and then we're going to come back to that. So I've already alluded, where are we, Lianne? 6 weeks away from you doing an ultra event. Yes, you're going to do the SheUltra on down on the Llŷn Peninsula. So tell us how many miles you're going to cover that day.
30 miles, I think, 30,
Yeah.
31 miles.
And if we go back 3 years ago, how many miles could you have covered in a day?
Not a mile, I think.
Not a mile. Okay, so I'm talking to you today on the eve of doing an ultra marathon, and in 3 years ago you would have done nothing. Um, Rob, you are have got some of your first guides in walking with others in the mountains. We're going to come back to the fact that you love mountains, and you said that. 3 years ago, bought up in Snowdonia. How many of Snowden's or Aruris, we should call it Aruri, the Welsh word, but for the wider audience, Snowden or Snowdonia's, how many of those mountains had you been up 3 years ago?
A big fat zero.
A big fat zero. I knew that,
Yeah.
but I wanted to extract that from you. And then last week, both of you were in the Lake District, showing us the most amazing pictures of multiple mountain walks, climbing up Sticklebeck, going up some water gorge, climbing to the summit of the mountain. How do we get to this space where the two of you are just doing this stuff from nowhere? And why is it that this stuff means so much for you, and how's it connected to recovery? I'm so interested in this bit, and I think people know that it's my passion, and you know that, and both of you know that I, for me it's this, but I'm interested about how it works for you too. How have you both just arrived at a space from no miles to an ultra marathon, no mountains despite looking at them for most of your life, or there being there on your doorstep, yes, to just doing a couch to 5K for the first time? How do you both arrive at this, and how's it connected to your recovery?
Well, it's expeditions, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it was. We went on the September expedition.
Okay, so say something about the
we
Penrhyn expeditions, because I don't think we've ever really captured them on film. So tell us what they're about, because I know what they're about, but tell the audience.
So well, was it your first one as well?
Yeah.
So our first one was a bit different to the norm.
So
There was September
so we should say to the audience, in recovery month in
Yeah.
September, there's a week
Yeah.
in which, go on, you tell the story, not me.
Yeah, so September, as you just mentioned, is recovery month, and James came up with the idea some years ago to why don't we try and break everyone really by pushing them to the limits in it and getting them comfortable with being uncomfortable and all this. And it started off with, was it Hadrian's Wall? I think the first
Hadrian's Wall was one of the early walks. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I believe this evolved into like 100-mile challenge, didn't it?
100 miles in a week challenge. Yep.
Yeah, which we mainly do along the Welsh coastal paths. But our first one was a break from the norm, and it was organised to have a bit of a challenge in Yr Wyddfa in Snowdonia.
So that was the mix and match one, yeah?
Yeah, where we did a bit of rock climbing, gorge walking, orienteering, raft building. It was a great experience where it was a lot of team building.
We all went up Snowden in that one together, didn't we?
And the end goal was to get us all up Snowden.
Yep. Or Yr Wyddfa, we should say.
Yr Wyddfa, yeah. Yr Wyddfa, Mam Cymru. And then, and that was my first ever mountain. And I think
was that your first?
We had a conversation.
Was that your first?
The
day we went up that day, was that your first? Was it? I never realised that was your first.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm sure we had a conversation on the way down about this is nuts. This is amazing. Feeling alive. But little did I know that was the mustard seed, yeah. That was planted in this little head of mine, and there was a relapse after that. So, but we did. Did we go up Tryfan the week after?
Yeah, we went up Tryfan.
Yeah. So that, which is probably the most technical.
One of the most technical mountains.
Yeah.
They say that Tryfan is the only mountain in North Wales that you can't get up with your hands in your pockets.
So that was our
You have got to put your hands on the rocks somewhere. Yes.
Yes.
Every other one, in theory, you can do it with your hands in your pocket, but not that one.
Yeah, so we took ourselves up Heather Terrace, didn't we?
Yeah.
To get to, and then up the South Ridge that day, and we ended up on top, and we did a couple more maybe